Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah. What do we got?
It's a Coursera course, highly rated actually,
Hmm.
called ChatGPT Usos y Estrategias. It's from Tecnológico de Monterrey.
Ah, okay. I've heard good things about their programs. Who's teaching it?
Two instructors, Olaf Roman and Luis Fernando Moran Mirabal. And get this, they've got a 4.8 star rating from like nearly 300 learners.
Wow, 4.8 is impressive, and they've taught a lot of people.
Yeah, over 25,000 students across their courses, so they clearly know their stuff.
Definitely sounds credible. So what's our goal here? Just walk through the syllabus.
Kind of. Our mission, let's call it, is to pull out the core insights, the really useful stuff about using ChatGPT effectively, ethically. You know, for someone curious about AI in their work or studies, but maybe a bit overwhelmed.
Gotcha. Cut through the noise and get to the good stuff. Makes sense. Where does the course start?
Right at the beginning. Module 1 is the foundations of AI and ChatGPT.
Okay, so history and basics.
Exactly. It actually traces AI origins back to the 1930s, believe it or not.
No kidding. The 30s.
Yeah, but then focuses on the big leaps from the 90s onwards. It covers the science, the computer science concepts behind it all.
So it gives you that background, why AI can automate tasks in education, industry, all that.
Right. And specifically, it clarifies what kind of AI is actually powering ChatGPT, which is pretty important context, I think.
Definitely. Helps manage expectations. What are the materials like in this first bit? Videos, readings.
It's a mix. Couple of short videos, only about 6 minutes total. One's called ¿Cuál es la historia de la inteligencia artificial? The history one.
Makes sense.
And the other is ¿Qué tipo de inteligencia artificial impulsa a ChatGPT? The AI type question.
Okay.
Then there are quite a few readings, about 130 minutes worth, plus some assignments.
So it lays a solid foundation before you even touch ChatGPT itself.
Seems like it really drives home that this tech didn't just, pop up overnight.
Right. It builds on decades of work.
Okay, so after the history lesson, where does it go? Module 2 gets practical, mastering ChatGPT operation and prompt engineering.
Ah, prompt engineering. That's the buzzword, isn't it?
Totally. This part explains how ChatGPT actually works, and then, introduces prompt engineering, basically how to talk to it effectively.
Learning to ask the right questions, essentially, or give the right commands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It covers advanced techniques, too, for using it efficiently. The module emphasizes that it's an AI assistant for generating content using natural language.
So it highlights the opportunities, the benefits for, say, schoolwork or job tasks.
Precisely. Again, a couple of short videos, like 5 minutes total. ¿Cómo apa ChatGPT y qué es la ingeniería de prompts?
How it works and what prompt engineering is. Straightforward.
And ¿qué técnicas avanzadas existen para el uso eficiente de ChatGPT?
Advanced techniques. Okay, so it ramps up the practical skills there. Fewer readings this time.
Yeah, about 100 minutes of reading, 3 assignments. It feels very focused on the how-to.
Makes sense. You need the foundation, then the practical application. What's next? Module 3.
Module 3 looks at the bigger picture. ChatGPT's revolutionary impact on education and work.
Okay, so zooming out a bit. The societal impact.
Yeah, exactly. It explores how tools like ChatGPT could really accelerate transformation in schools and workplaces. There's a lot of debate around that, right?
Oh, for sure. Huge potential, but also big questions.
The course digs into its capabilities, understanding language, answering questions, summarizing stuff, even creating totally new content.
Which opens doors for, say, new ways of teaching or making work more efficient.
Right. The videos here touch on that. One is las posibilidades educativas y estrategias para crear actividades de aprendizaje con ChatGPT.
So educational possibilities and learning activity strategies. Very specific.
And the other is profesional del futuro, integrando ChatGPT para mejorar la productividad.
The future professional, integrating it for productivity.
Yeah.
Okay, so real-world applications.
Seems like it, but it's not all sunshine and roses.
Mm-hmm.
It also tackles the concerns.
Like the ethical side. Or replacing people.
The ethical use, definitely. And the need for educators and employers to be thoughtful about how they implement it. So it supports human creativity, doesn't just replace it.
That's a crucial balance to strike. How much material is in this module?
10 minutes of video, about 115 minutes of reading, a few assignments, and interestingly, a peer review task.
A peer review, huh? Interesting. Maybe reviewing AI use cases or ethical statements.
Could be. It leads nicely into the final module, actually.
Which is?
Module 4, ethical considerations and responsible implementation.
Ah, okay, so doubling down on the ethics.
Absolutely. Deepening the understanding of what ChatGPT can do, but really stressing the importance of an ethical approach.
So beyond just acknowledging the issues, it gets into solutions.
Yeah, it covers the challenges, the controversies, but emphasizes needing solid ethical principles and, crucially, responsible implementation strategies.
Strategies. Okay, so not just philosophical discussion, but practical plans.
Exactly. It mentions proposing concrete action plans to align the tech with, like educational goals or company values.
That sounds really valuable. Often the ethics discussion stays too high level.
Right. This seems to want to bring it down to earth. There are 3 videos in this last module, bit longer this time, 24 minutes total.
What are they called?
Navegando entre la ética y la innovación con ChatGPT. Navigating ethics and innovation.
Okay, that balancing act again?
Then, ChatGPT, forjando un futuro responsable, forging a responsible future.
Sounds important.
And finally, entrevista con el experto, an interview with an expert.
Oh, interesting. Wonder who the expert is. This module also has a fair bit of work.
Yeah, 100 minutes of reading and 5 assignments, totaling about 210 minutes. So quite a bit of focus here.
Good. The ethical dimension needs that depth. So stepping back from the modules, what skills does the course promise you'll walk away with?
It lists quite a few. Critical thinking, understanding generative AI itself, data ethics.
Okay, ethics again.
Creativity, productivity, prompt engineering, of course.
The core practical skill.
Also, ethical standards and conduct, natural language processing, innovation, and just general artificial intelligence knowledge.
That's a pretty comprehensive list.
Yeah.
Covers the technical, the practical, and the philosophical. Who's it aimed at? Just techies.
Now, it says it's designed for beginners and professionals. Basically, anyone with intellectual curiosity about tech trends, digital transformation.
And who wants to use AI ethically and responsibly.
Exactly. Sounds quite broad.
And the workload. You mentioned the assignments, but overall,
The course suggests a flexible schedule, maybe 2 weeks if you put in about 10 hours a week. But you can go at your own pace, obviously.
10 hours a week for 2 weeks seems manageable for a deep dive like this. And you get something at the end.
Yeah, there are 15 assignments in total, and you get a shareable certificate. Something you can add to LinkedIn.
Nice. Always good to have proof of learning. One thing to note, though.
Right, the course language is Spanish, so that's important for potential learners.
Good point. Okay, so if we boil it all down, what's the essence of this course?
Well, it seems like a really structured journey, doesn't it? It starts with the foundations, the history of AI.
Then moves into the practical skills, the prompt engineering, how to actually use ChatGPT well.
Then zooms out to the impact on education and work, the transformation potential.
And crucially, finishes with a deep dive into the ethics, the responsible use, how to navigate this powerful tech thoughtfully.
Exactly. It's not just how to use it, but how to use it well, responsibly. That seems to be the key message running through it.
Yeah, that responsible implementation piece feels critical. It's easy to get caught up in the wow factor, but the how should we is arguably more important long term.
Couldn't agree more.
So here's something for you, the listener, to chew on. This course covers a lot, right? Technical skills like prompt engineering, broader understanding like AI history, critical thinking, and the really deep ethical considerations. How might really engaging with all of that whole spectrum, actually set you apart, whether you're an individual professional or maybe even thinking for your organization in this landscape that's changing so fast because of AI?
That's a great question. Where do you get the edge?
And maybe think about what part of this discussion grabbed you the most. Was it the history lesson aspect, or getting into the nitty-gritty of prompt engineering, maybe the potential impact on schools and jobs? Or did the ethical challenges and responsible use part really spark your interest for digging deeper? Something to consider.